It is Thursday morning and I'm just getting the boat ready for departure tomorrow morning. Dazzle arrived yesterday and all is well. Had a good trip, quite long but good. Tomorrow morning early we set off for Paris, and I don't know, it feels like the adventure's kind of beginning again. It's nice, I like it, very happy. There's the boat, looking good. We are about 200 or so kilometers north of Paris, and it's going to take about a week to get there because we're not in a hurry. Today's project was to make this work. What is it? 7:10 in the morning, but today is our first day of traveling south from Saint-Omer to where we're going, but we're heading towards Paris. Probably do about 60-70 kilometers today. It's a nice day, good weather, and shouldn't have any problems, so we're good. How are we doing, Dazzle?
Dude, I'm ready to unpack. Oh. I'm trying to find the best way to travel about. I got shelves.
Right.
And a refrigerator.
Right.
It's got, it's already stocked with
stuff.
With like beers and Moet Chandon.
Right.
This.
It's an Angry Bird.
Okay, I'm a little loopy right now.
Yeah.
This is after...
We did...
This is after 30 hours of traveling.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of pretty good.
And the free wine?
The free wine was kind of scary.
Shopping with Dazzle. Just running through the checklist here. That's all the things to do before you leave the dock, because you always forget something. It's like you'll get upstairs, you'll leave the dock, and you're like, oh, I need to go potty, and what do? You have to tie the boat off somewhere, and you can't just leave the boat going. Although now I have a co-captain. Where is she? There you go. Come on, Dazzle.
I did it. I did the arms.
What don't we like? I remember to take these down so we don't scrape them on the bridge over there. Okay, we are ready to go. Well, we're not really ready to go. You never are, but we're as ready as we're gonna be. So we'll start some engines and we'll get on the way. Okay. This is a very big boat. It's about 130, 140 meters long. But he's not tied off. He's just using his engine to direct himself. Bye bye. We are on day three, and everything's going well. We are making good progress up the river. This is actually a kind of canal that runs alongside the river. There's a river, the River Somme is literally the other side of those trees. But they made this canal so that it was easy for all the French ships to go up and down the canal. And they still do. It's not like the canal's not used anymore. The canal is used a lot by boats that carry goods. They carry gravel and sand and grain and all sorts of things. But it's nice to see this canal getting used constantly, and it's not just like abandoned like a lot of the English canals. You never see any commercial shipping on the English canals. It's just all like pleasure cruises now. I mean, that's nice, but it's good to see the canals in France actually getting used for commercial traffic. This lock is huge. This is the biggest lock we might ever go through. So the way that this works is Dazzle's on a floating cleat. So as the water rises, the actual cleat goes up. I'm on the floating cleat, we swapped over. And then we're just taking the other one, the second one, for a backup. And we just have to do that and skip it over as we go up. See? This is about a 15-meter rise. I had no idea we were going to do this morning, but it's a bit fucking crazy. Woohoo!
Hey.
So cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
To our next voyage.
To the adventure ahead. And the adventure behind, because that was so cool. Ancient design.
Ducks! Get out the fucking way!
Quack, quack. Oh my god, we ran over them.
No, we didn't. They always get out of the way. So this is a lovely loch here in the north of France, but it's ridiculously smelly because this is a methane producing station and the wind is blowing from there to here and it stinks like a... We stopped to see the windmills because they're kind of cool. We can hear them, but I don't think you can. There's a whole lot of them there. Okay, gonna start the big nasty diesel engine again. Sorry. This particular mooring place is not the most exotic in the world, but it's handy for a little town nearby. So we stopped and listened to traffic. Okay, we are, it's rush hour. There's a boat there, a boat there, a boat there, two boats over there and us, and they are all way big and commercial, and I'm way small and pleasure. So I'm just going to give way to everybody, but I don't even know what frequency they're on because there was no signpost back there. This is a kind of big lock where there's a bunch of people trying to get through, including us, but it's going slow. But boats are kind of slow anyway, so we're good. We've done about 50 kilometers so far, which is great. We just have to do that for another 2 months. All good. So here we see the Dazzle demonstrating the two-handed technique. The Kronenberg 1644 in one hand and the line in the other, securing the vessel in this rather large thing. How is that going for you, Dazzle?
Oh, it's great.
So this is a little town, I forgot what it's called, but we're going to see if we can buy some food, because that's what we do. We bring the boat into little towns on the way south, and then we buy some food. This is Dazzle and me trying to order some food.
Well, we just sat down and...
We could take the muzzle off. Good morning. It is about 6:50 in the morning. We did a really good day yesterday, about 80 kilometers. So, and that was including 3 locks. So it went very well, very smooth, and it was good fun. It's really good fun. So it's promising. This is a little community of houseboats on the river. Today we have a few more locks to do. I think there's probably about 6 or 8. So that'll slow us up a little bit. But onward and upward, because we got to get to Paris. We pitched at a place last night, but Dazzle went out for a pizza and someone said, you probably wouldn't want to park there because there might be some crime. So even though it was quite dark, we moved to this place here, and there was no crime. And it's kind of right in the middle of town, so I guess they just thought that people might mess with you a little bit. But we came out here and it's quite nice. There's tons of these big boats, big barges. More than I expected, actually. I mean, I knew there were going to be quite a few, but we passed one, or one passes us, probably about, I don't know, every 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. And they're all packed with cargo and stuff. It keeps a lot of trucks off the road. That's why they do it. And it's just a very economical way of moving big stuff around France, because the canals and rivers go right through the middle. Oh, a little fishy. Anyway, I'm going to tidy up the boat a little bit and get this show on the road. These barges seem to be really good for converting to homes. This part of the river is especially busy because there's several like river ports, and so these locks are double locks. There's one on the right and one on the left there, just so they can move twice as many boats through. But it gets a little complicated. The locks that we're going through right now are still pretty big, but they're much narrower. So the big barges can't go through. So we don't have any big barges to deal with anymore. We just got like small barges and ourselves to deal with. But we're making really good progress. The water here is really clear. I mean, it's not like Caribbean clear, but I mean, those weeds are, I don't know, 2 meters down and they look really crystal clear. I might go swimming later. We are currently at the north entrance to the tunnel. It's over there. I mean, this is kind of exciting, but it's a little bit scary. I gotta say, it's a little bit scary.
I know, it's crazy. I'm not scared.
I'm not scared either, but
I'm putting my mask on.
that was crazy, wasn't it?
So cool.
I'm kind of speechless because it was like,
Well, you were
it's
steering.
weird. I know.
You did a
You know
good
what?
job.
It absolutely took a lot of concentration because
I almost felt bad talking to you.
yeah, I really had to pay a lot of attention for the past, I don't know, 25 minutes going through the tunnel. I don't know how long it was, but we did good. We did really good. Fantastic. Anything past that tunnel is just like icing on the cake. We're golden. The sun is still very high in the sky. We've probably got another about 4 hours of sunlight. So we're just gonna keep heading south. We're doing great, really good. I am a little suntan because I didn't wear enough sunblock because I'm stupid. But anyway, we are here. This is the next lock over there, south of the tunnel. The tunnel's about 10 kilometers back that way. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a boat coming out, and we are at the highest point in our trip to Paris. From now on, all the locks are going downward. Up to now, everything's been going upward. So we're just going to wait for that little barge to come out, and then we're going to scoot off and carry on towards Paris. But we're about 230 foot above sea level right now, and now we're going downhill to Paris. How's it going, Dazzle?
It's good.
So this descent was about 4 meters, maybe 5. And now they're opening up the gate up there. Yeah. And we're gonna push off and head south. Okay, this is a special treat. We don't need showers on the boat because we have lock gates that gives us a shower. Like this.
This is exactly how we shower.
It's funny because I don't really know what I'm doing, but I kind of do. I've worked at this for the past year now to get proficient enough to be able to handle tunnels and locks and rivers and canals without worrying too much. I mean, there's a degree of anxiety when you approach something like you've never done before, like going through a fucking 2-mile tunnel where you could bump against the sides, but you do damage, and you don't want to do that. So I'm quite proud of myself for being able to do this safely, competently, and just have fun doing it, because if you're not having fun in your life, you're fucking up. So
There's 2 more locks coming up pretty quick.
there's 2 more locks coming up because Commander Dazzle is on the case. And there's no one in that little booth up there, but there's video cameras like all over the place, and so they look at video cameras and then they see the boat coming, they change the lights, and then you enter, and so long as you do all the right stuff, they just do the right stuff as well, and you go through the next lock and the next lock, and it's really quick. It's usually best to tie off, but there's been a couple that we haven't been able to tie off because the little tie points have been too far apart, and then I just use the motors to keep the boat somewhere near the middle and safe. But this is quite a big drop, so
It's fast.
yeah, and it's a fast one. We're dropping about a meter every minute, and then I don't know, I think we're almost at the bottom now, and then off to the next one. I have a feeling that we got a tunnel coming up. Can't quite see it yet, but looks like a tunnel to me. But the tunnel's closed. I think it closes at about 6:30. So we'll just camp out here. It's quite nice. And have a nice restful evening and an early start. Well, we can't even start that early in the morning because I don't think the tunnel opens till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. But as soon as it opens, we'll be the first boat in, and we can set off in the morning and head south. And I did have to lower the arch. And when I say lower the arch, I mean quick, panic, lower the arch. Otherwise we'd have knocked off this one here. So we reacted very quickly, got the arch down and carried on under the bridge. But it's like we'd gone under like 30 bridges and not had a problem. And as we came up to this one bridge, I'm like, I don't know. And then I stood up and I'm like, nope, not gonna make it. So I slammed on the brakes and we stopped about, I don't know, a meter before it would have been too late, backed up, lowered the bridge, lowered the arch down and carried on. So we were good. Actually, it was going into one of the locks was the problem. But it wasn't a problem because we lowered the arch. Okay, I got it. Now do your thing. We are approaching the tunnel again. And we're waiting for it to go green. This is a short tunnel. This is only about 1 kilometer long, 1,000 meters, I think. And we have to wait till that light there. You can't see it, probably it's too far away, but that light goes green, and then we're good to go. Well, there's a sign just there. You can't really see it, but it's sideways. And Dazzle's like, "Oh, look, there's a sign." So, and in numbers this big. I mean, literally this big. There's a telephone number on it, so she's going to try and give him a call and tell him that we're here.
Ah, ok, je vous mets le feu vert, hein.
I think he said okay. So here we are. This is one of the smaller locks, and Dazzle's handling it down there, doing a great job. And we're just talking about how you have to be careful you don't accidentally like double loop it round, and then as the boat drops, the rope tightens on itself.
That happened.
Which happened.
Scary.
But we got it free very quickly. Dazzle got it free very quickly, so that was good. But because if the rope tightened on itself, you'd just have the boat hanging sideways, hanging off one thing. Because the breaking strain of the rope is probably 5 tons. So the boat weighs about 8 tons. So the rope would break, but it would be dramatic and ugly. So
It would be mass hysteria.
yeah. So as the boat drops, we unhook the top cleat and then hook it onto the one below it. Like that, because we're dropping the water in the lock as we're moving up and down is quite stable because it's just rushing out. Sometimes when you're in a lock and there's water flooding in, it can bounce the boat around quite dramatically, and you have to kind of hang on for dear life.
Going up is a little easier than going down. Going down is a little bit more.
It's a little trickier, yeah. It's easier for the boat, but it's more difficult for the person doing the tying off. Did we do a good job?
We did a good job.
We did a good job. We got in here very smoothly, and now we're going up quite quickly in the lock. But as far as volume is concerned, this is about the biggest we've been in. We're about 20 kilometers outside Paris, and we're looking for somewhere to crash for the night. Don't know where it is yet, but we'll find somewhere, and then we'll push into Paris center in the morning. There's a little sign over there that tells us that we got to change sides. We are just getting ready to leave our last stop before Paris. We're about 30 kilometers out of Paris, and it's a nice little cruise in, but it's an incredibly busy piece of water with big heavy boats that don't stop quickly, and there's a lot of bridges and changing sides, and you got to really pay attention. So I'm a little bit nervous, not scared, just a little bit like gotta get this right. So off we go. That's a little trash collector. It just, as the stuff floats down here, it goes into that little funnel, and then there's a little dump that goes into a little thing in the back. That's kind of clever. First glimpse of the, what is it?
La Tour Eiffel.
La Tour Eiffel.
This way.
Whoops, oh yeah, we'll get them in there.